Virginia today, the same golf course he played as several networks called the election for the Biden campaign. Reporters say the president has hit the links 300 times since he took office. Meanwhile, former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich and many other GOP members continue to stress they feel Democrats stole the election from President Trump.
I think that it is a corrupt, stolen election. I suspect they're going to try to steal North Carolina next in Fulton County, Georgia. We believe these people are thieves.
Some other GOP members, including Maryland Senator Larry Hogan, have urged President Trump to, quote, do the right thing and concede the election to President-elect Biden.
You know, I think he ought to at least acknowledge that he will, even if it may take a few more days for cooler heads to prevail and to convince him that it's the right thing to do for the nation.
Today on Twitter, President Trump continued to push claims of fraud in ballot counting. His legal team still expects to pursue legal challenges that may delay the formal certification of election results. According to data from Johns Hopkins University, the global tally of COVID-19 cases has surpassed the 50 million mark, and it happened just this morning. The United States has maintained the highest number of infections during the pandemic with more than 9 million recorded cases. More than 1.2 million people have died from COVID-19 globally, with almost 20% of those deaths in the United States. Today, Texas reported over 5,000 new cases of COVID-19 and 43 new fatalities. In total, the state has seen over 956,000 confirmed cases and 18,000 deaths since COVID-19 tracking began. Day after day, experts say the U.S. keeps breaking one record after another as COVID-19 continues to spread. So where does progress stand on a vaccine? As Britt Conway reports, Dr. Anthony Fauci says he's cautiously optimistic that we will soon have one.
It's really concerning. This is going to get worse before it gets better, and it could get significantly worse.
Former FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb believes the COVID-19 case count will, in his words, explode over the next several weeks.
We're right at a tipping point. It's not just the number of cases that are being diagnosed, but we need to look at hospitalizations, which are growing very quickly across all country.
All while scientists work frantically to find a vaccine. Dr. Anthony Fauci told the CEO of the American Medical Association that the U.S. has 6 vaccine candidates in the works. 5 of those are in phase 3 trials, and 2 of them are fully enrolled.
We hope that as we get into November, and maybe in the early December, we will get an answer as to whether or not one or more of these candidates are safe and effective. I'm cautiously optimistic.
But having a vaccine isn't a cure-all, literally. There are going to be 2 key questions at play.
First of all, how effective would the vaccine be? And as importantly, how many individuals are going to opt to take the vaccine?
So if we get a reasonably effective vaccine and a substantial number of people take it,
I think we're going to be going in the right direction towards approaching some degree of normality as we head into 2021 in the second, third, and fourth quarter of 2021.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
As the U.S. breaks new records for coronavirus cases, the CDC says it wants to develop a strategy for testing those who don't show symptoms. CDC officials say knowing when asymptomatic people get infected could help get case numbers under control as we head into the wintertime. The CDC estimates 40% of people with COVID-19 show no symptoms. It's not scary at all. And now for a look at our forecast, let's head over to the First Alert meteorologist, Josh Johnson. Let's find out whether we got any cold weather in store, Josh.
Well, today we don't, that's for sure. Another warm day that was in place. We saw temperatures climb up near 80 degrees this afternoon. That after starting off with some fog this morning. Now you're seeing the clear skies on our Exco Eagle Eye sitting there in Killeen. Temperatures sitting at 76, dew points at 62. So today has been the day that humidity returned, and it's going to feel kind of humid as we go through the evening on into tomorrow as well. Temperatures in the 70s right now across McLennan County. 73 Belmead, 73 in Moody, 71 right now in Waco. Temple's at 74. Same in Belton, 76 in Fort Hood, and 74 in Rogers. And across the rest of Central Texas, we're seeing temperatures mainly in the mid-70s, a few upper 60s towards Meridian and Hillsborough, and still in the middle 70s down towards Bryan and College Station. So things will continue to stay calm overnight. You can see the clear skies overhead, not only here, but across the entire Lone Star State. There will be a surge of moisture overnight that'll bring back the cloud cover by the time you wake up in the morning, though, and that'll kind of keep a lid on our temperatures from falling too far. We're going to go down to the lower 60s by the time you wake up in the morning. 61 Waco, Temple, Killeen, Hurricane 65, Bryan College Station. Should be at 49 this time of year. So we'll call this a warm start to your morning. That's going to lead into a warm day for tomorrow. Lower 80s on the way. 80 degrees Waco, 81 Temple, and 82 in Killeen. Bryan College Station will be at 85. Maybe a few upper 70s in our northwestern counties. Still, this is about 10 to 15 degrees above normal. So we'll stay warm for Monday, but then a cold front comes in on Tuesday. It's a weak one. Won't cool us off a lot. Tracking a few more cold fronts this week, though. It still looks like none of them really bring that good fall feel, but they will bring a few rain chances, and I'll let you know when those fronts arrive and when you can expect some of those showers, at least the possibility of some. That's all coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
I knew they were coming. Thanks a lot, Josh. A Texas organization works for years to clean up and restore a historically black cemetery. Coming up, why neighbors say the cemetery has stories to tell that we all still need to hear. Well, we've been told to expect some rain showers in the days ahead, but how soon will that happen? Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Josh Johns. Josh, what do you think?
Well, it's not going to happen tonight. Tonight's going to continue to stay calm like what you're seeing right now in our Exco Eagle Eye there in Copper's Cove. You see the clear skies in the background, the sun setting as you look down Highway 190 there. Temperatures at 76 degrees in Copper's Cove. Dew point's at 60. It feels like 76. We have had southeast winds out there today. That helped clear out the fog, but it also brought back the moisture. So that moisture will be in place as we go through tonight, and that's why we're starting off with these temperatures in the 70s, and they won't really drop much more as we go through the night, only falling down into the low to mid 60s by the time you wake up in the morning. 74 your current temperature in Hearn. Hillsborough is a little bit cooler at 69. It's 72 in Gatesville, 76 in Killeen, and 76 also at Bryan College Station. You can see that things are fairly quiet on radar. We were watching again those low clouds this morning. What you're seeing now is the atmosphere cooling a little bit, not really any cloud cover out there. That'll change as we go through the night though. A little surge of moisture is going to come in from the Gulf of Mexico, and you'll notice it by morning. Things will be cloudy again just like they were this morning, and then they'll burn off in the afternoon once again. But you notice the quiet weather that's sitting across the Lone Star State. That's going to be continuing as we go into tomorrow as well. Things will be fairly quiet. You can see over here off to the southeast though, things are not quiet. This is what is Ada, or what is left of Ada. It's still a tropical storm, but notice it is really weak now. In fact, you aren't seeing much of the white colors showing up there on tropical satellite, showing you there's not a lot of intense thunderstorm activity yet. It is still expected to continue strengthening. Here's the latest on Ada as we track the tropics for you. 115 miles east-southeast of Marathon, Florida. Winds are at 65 miles per hour, gusting to 75, so still about 10 miles per hour from hurricane status, and it is expected to strengthen as it moves northwest at about 14 miles per hour. Watch what happens. Moves over Key West overnight. By tomorrow afternoon, should be sitting out in the middle of the Gulf, dives south, and then turn around. But you notice the cone of error is huge. Models don't really know what's going with this. There's nothing really pulling it, so it may sit out there and spin for a while off the coast of Florida, meaning it could strengthen. And that's why you have these hurricane watches and tropical storm warnings in place for South Florida. So something they'll be watching as we go through the week. And of course, we'll keep you updated on it as well. Our weather stays quieter, even though we have a disturbance sitting out to the west. This one is what's going to send our next front our way, but it's just not really strong. Future Track's going to show you that things stay fairly quiet as we go into tomorrow. Getting into Tuesday, here comes this cold front that's going to sneak through, bringing us a small chance of showers with it. Not a great chance, about a 20% chance. We keep things dry for your Veterans Day. Then another surge of moisture comes in on Thursday ahead of our next system. A little weak front comes in Friday into Saturday. That one may have a little bit more moisture to work with, but it doesn't have a lot of cool air with it. So we'll bring in the rain chances for Friday and Saturday, and then things dry out for the rest of the weekend. And we'll watch for another front later on next week. Meanwhile, though, all we can get out of these rain chances about 20 to 30% chance. I know we need the rain. We just don't have great chances on the way. Isolated showers possible Tuesday. Isolated to scattered showers possible Friday on into Saturday. And then Sunday looks fairly dry. Tonight, lows fall down to those lower 60s by the time you wake up in the morning. Our normal this time of year, 49. So again, this is a warm start to the day. Not the coldest either. Record 28 in 1938. That doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. And then tomorrow, we start off in the 60s with the clouds clearing. We'll be able to muster the lower 80s, a good 10 degrees above normal. Our normal is 71. So another really warm day on the way for tomorrow. And that warm pattern will be continuing on into the new week as well. So here's that 10-day forecast for you. First Alert 10-day forecast. Mid-70s on Tuesday. That weak front comes in. You'll notice it Wednesday morning, upper 40s. 73 Wednesday, upper 70s into the new week, or into the rest of the week rather. There's that weak front Friday and Saturday, small rain chances with it. Then maybe a stronger front by the start of the new week. That one may cool us off into the 60s, but still, we'll hope for some of that rainfall. We do need it. I just wish we could bring better chances in here, but right now, looks like things will stay fairly dry.
All right, Josh, thank you. A Texas family needs help tonight to find a missing loved one. No one has seen Edward Ebert since November 1st. He was last seen near Stan Schluter Loop in Killeen, wearing blue jeans, a gray sweater, and the hat that you see in the picture. Ebert, a veteran, he has serious medical issues according to his family. If you have any information that can help, please contact 254-289-4861 or Killeen Police at 254-501-8800. Over the last century, a historically black cemetery in Conroe faded from memory. Tonight, though, after years of work, the cemetery has reopened to tell the stories and its history that it has once again, as Rochelle Turner shows us.
Each and every one of them were sons, daughters, fathers, and mothers.
President of the Conroe Community Cemetery Restoration Project, John Edens, is talking about this historic African-American cemetery.
The last burial was James Pitts in 1966.
It has been at least 128 years since the cemetery has had a sign. But after years of cleaning up and restoring the site, this sign stands tall, and a dedication ceremony was held today.
God has a way of bringing together the right people in the right place at the right time.
Right now, there are 38 marked graves and over 100 unmarked graves.
We've run cadaver dogs out here 3 times to find burials. They've been known to find burials over 200 years old out in places.
Trooper Billy Ray Smith is a Buffalo soldier and wanted to know more about Luther James Dorsey, who was an ex-slave who joined the cavalry in 1873. He is the only known Buffalo soldier to be buried in Montgomery County.
I can't think of a better time to recognize, ask God, please bless America.
Dozens of volunteers like Joyce Pierce have been working countless days and hours to restore the site.
It's pretty amazing because the first week you couldn't, like he said, you couldn't even walk through here. And now, you can recognize the graves that are there.
Today, the world lost a television icon as Jeopardy host Alex Trebek passed away at the age of 80. Coming up, we'll look back on his career and the almost 40-year tenure he had as the host of Jeopardy.